He gave her everything, his wealth, his devotion, and his heart. Yet when the cruel test of fate arrived, Chloe chose comfort over sacrifice and walked away. What she never knew was that it had all been a carefully crafted trial by Daniel Johnson, and the shocking truth would involve her very own sister. This story is not just about love. It is about betrayal, choices, and the price of loyalty. Daniel Johnson was young, powerful, and devastatingly handsome. A billionaire with fame and success at his fingertips, he could have had anyone. But his heart had long belonged to one woman, Chloe. To him, she was his future, the reason behind every dream. One unforgettable night, under flickering candlelight, Daniel dropped to one knee and revealed a glittering diamond ring. His voice trembled, but his smile was unshaken. "Chloe, will you marry me?" For a moment, time froze. Tears streamed down Chloe's face as she screamed, "Yes, yes. 1,000,000 times yes." She clung to him like nothing could tear them apart. Their engagement became instant headlines across Nigeria. The entire country seemed to rejoice. But in the shadows, one man was far from convinced, Mr. Johnson, Daniel's father. The very next morning, he sat with his son, his eyes filled with doubt. "My son, are you truly sure about this woman? Do you believe she loves you for who you are and not for what you have?" "Of course, Dad," Daniel replied firmly. "Chloe doesn't care for my fortune. She loves me, and that's enough." But Mr. Johnson wasn't swayed. He leaned forward, his voice edged with warning. "A woman's heart reveals its truth in suffering, not in luxury. If you are so certain of her, then there is no harm in putting her love to the ultimate test." For the first time, doubt flickered in Daniel's eyes. Yet, after a long pause, he nodded slowly. "Very well, Father. I will test her, but you will see, she will prove herself." Days later, in a dimly lit hospital office, Daniel whispered his shocking request to their family doctor. "Dr. Tojo, I need your help. I want to stage an accident, crippling injuries, the works. I must know if Chloe's love is true." The doctor froze, horrified. "You want me to fake a life-threatening accident?" "Yes," Daniel insisted, his voice low. "This is the only way." "Reluctantly, doctor." Tojo agreed. Soon, thick bandages covered Daniel's legs and neck. Machines beeped around him, the room filled with the sterile smell of antiseptic. He looked broken, helpless, exactly as planned. Dr. Tojo lifted the phone and dialed. "Hello, is this Miss Chloe?" "Yes, this is Chloe." "Who's calling?" "This is Dr. Tojo from Evergreen Hospital. Your fiancé Daniel has been in a terrible accident. His condition is critical. Please come at once." The phone nearly slipped from her hand. "Oh my God, I'm on my way," she gasped, racing out of her house. Minutes later, she burst into the emergency room. The sight stole her breath. Daniel lay there motionless, his legs wrapped completely in plaster, his neck bound. She stumbled forward, tears blinding her vision. "My love, what happened to you?" With a weak voice, Daniel whispered, "Chloe, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'll ever walk again." Her sobs echoed through the sterile room. "No, don't say that. I'll take care of you, I promise." But soon, her desperation turned into dread. She pulled Dr. Tojo aside. "Please, tell me the truth. What's wrong with him?" The doctor's face darkened. "Miss Chloe, his legs are crushed. The fractures are beyond repair. He will never walk again." Her body trembled. Her knees almost gave way as she clutched a chair for support. "No, this can't be happening." Hours later, she drove home, her eyes swollen from crying. That night, in their modest kitchen, Mama Chloe stirred a pot when her daughter stormed in. "Mummy, I don't know what to do. Daniel may never walk again." Her mother froze, then turned sharply. "What do you mean? He can't walk again?" "He's crippled, Mummy. And I love him, but I'm still young. I don't know if I can live my whole life pushing a wheelchair," Chloe confessed, her voice shaking. Mama Chloe slammed the spoon down. "Listen to me, Chloe. Marriage is not only for joy and comfort, it is for better or worse." But Chloe shook her head violently. "Mummy, I can't. I'm allergic to suffering. I can't chain myself to a crippled man forever." A chilling silence followed. Then slowly her mother smirked. "You must be smart. You're too young to waste your life on burden, but remember, we still have Amelia in this house. Chloe's eyes widened in shock. Amelia? You mean my half-sister? The one we treat like a maid? And in that moment, the test of love spiraled into something darker, because betrayal was no longer just a possibility. It was inevitable. Mama Chloe nodded coldly. Yes, since she's already used to doing all the house chores. Let her go to the hospital and continue taking care of Daniel. Let her suffer for you. After all, she's accustomed to it. Chloe wiped her tears and forced a faint smile. That's true. Amelia will take care of him. I can't let love turn my life into misery. Mama Chloe smiled knowingly. Good. Now go to bed. Tomorrow we'll send Amelia to the hospital. The next morning, Chloe arrived at the hospital. She looked at Daniel with a mixture of pity and detachment, holding his hand briefly. My love, I'm sorry, but I can't take care of you. You deserve someone who can do it better. Daniel's heart shattered. Chloe, what are you saying? Chloe averted her gaze. I've asked Amelia to care for you. She'll come every day to look after you. Tears welled in Daniel's eyes. His chest ached as if stabbed. Chloe stood, voice soft and cold. I have to go now. Get well soon. And she left without a backward glance. As he lay there, silent tears rolled down Daniel's cheeks. The truth hit him hard. The woman he had loved with all his heart had abandoned him at his weakest moment. 3 days later, Daniel was discharged and returned to his grand mansion. He sat in his wheelchair by the wide glass window overlooking the sprawling garden. His heart was heavy, but his mind was sharp. Chloe was failing the test, but he wasn't finished yet. Now, Amelia, Chloe's half-sister, had become his caretaker. Gentle, humble, and hard-working. She was everything Chloe was not. Though life had been harsh, she never complained. She cooked, fed, and pushed Daniel's wheelchair with unwavering dedication. One afternoon, Daniel picked up his phone and dialed Chloe. After a few rings, she answered, voice sweet. Hello, baby. Chloe, I need you at the mansion. I want you to care for me personally, not Amelia. Her voice faltered. Baby, I just started a new job. I don't have time. Amelia will continue. She's used to it. Daniel chuckled bitterly. I'm your fiancé. You mean you have no time to care for the man you're supposed to marry? Days passed. Chloe barely visited, always with an excuse. I'm busy at work. I'm tired. I had meetings. The traffic was terrible. Meanwhile, Amelia stayed faithfully by his side. Every morning, she woke early to clean his room, prepare his meals, and help him bathe. Patiently, tirelessly, she worked. Sir Daniel, your meal is ready, she would smile. In the afternoons, she pushed him outside for fresh air, sitting beside him, talking about whatever he wanted. Even when exhausted, she ensured his comfort. One night, after dinner, Daniel watched Amelia clear the dishes. Sweat dotted her forehead. Amelia, come sit. She hesitated. Sir, I'm fine. I said sit, he repeated. Reluctantly, she obeyed, taking the couch across from him. Why are you doing all this? He asked suddenly. Amelia looked puzzled. I don't understand. You're not my fiancé. You owe me nothing. So, why care for me like this? Her gaze dropped. Because I know what it feels like to be abandoned. Daniel raised an eyebrow. What do you mean? Amelia took a deep breath. My mother died when I was 9. My father remarried, and Mama Chloe came into my life. She never treated me like a daughter. I was always the one cleaning, washing, and cooking, while Chloe got everything she wanted. But I never complained. I just did what I had to. Daniel stayed silent, shocked by her story. Amelia smiled faintly. I know what it feels like to be unwanted. I won't let you feel that way. That's why I'm here. Daniel studied her closely. Unlike Chloe, who only worried about her comfort, Amelia was selfless. He took a deep breath, realizing his father had been right all along. Love isn't words, it's action. Meanwhile, Chloe carried on with her life. Now that Daniel was paralyzed, she acted as if their engagement no longer mattered. She went out, partied with friends, and entertained the attention of other wealthy men. One evening, her friend Ada confronted her. Chloe, why haven't you been visiting Daniel at the mansion? Chloe rolled her eyes. Ada, I'm too young to waste my life pushing a wheelchair. If I go there often, Daniel will expect me to stay. No, I can't do that. But he's your fiancé, Ada exclaimed. Chloe smirked coldly. So what? He proposed when his legs were fine, but now the doctor says he may never walk again. I can't marry a man in a wheelchair. What kind of future would I have with him? Ada, I'm too young to tie myself to that kind of life. Ada sighed, shaking her head. So, the accident is really that bad? Such a fine man. Wasted like this. Chloe exhaled slowly, looking away. I truly pity him, Ada. Yes, I feel bad, but I can't continue my life with a crippled man. I have dreams, a future. I just can't. Back at the mansion, Daniel watched Amelia carefully. He saw the genuine care in her every action. One evening, as she pushed his wheelchair toward the garden, he asked, Amelia, do you ever wish for a better life? Amelia chuckled softly. Everyone does, sir. But what if someone offered it? What if someone wanted to care for you for a change? She shook her head, smiling faintly. I don't do things for reward. I take care of you because I want to, not for anything in return. Daniel's heart softened. For the first time, he saw true love, not in words, but in actions. And it wasn't Chloe giving it. It was Amelia. He knew what he had to do next. Later that evening, Daniel sat in his mansion, staring at the garden through the glass window, lost in thought. Mr. Johnson walked in, observing his son in the wheelchair. Daniel, where is your fiancée, the woman who claims to love you? Daniel opened his mouth, then closed it, unable to reply. Mr. Johnson sighed and proposed the final test. With your current condition, go to Chloe's house. Meet her family. Tell them you still wish to continue with the marriage. If she accepts, you'll know her love is true. If she refuses, then you'll know she was never yours to begin with. Daniel hesitated but nodded slowly. All right, Dad. I'll go. The next day, Daniel was wheeled into Chloe's house. He found her in the living room, scrolling her phone lazily. Papa Chloe watched the news, while Mama Chloe was busy in the kitchen. When Chloe saw him, her expression changed instantly, but she forced a smile. Baby, you didn't tell me you were coming, she said awkwardly, rising to her feet. Daniel took a deep breath. I'm here to tell your family that I am ready to continue with our wedding plans. Papa Chloe looked pleased. Yes, we will continue. Good news, son. You are a good man, and we support the marriage. But Mama Chloe frowned, her lips tightening in disapproval. Chloe's face paled, and after a shaky breath, she said, Daniel, I can't do this. Daniel gripped the armrests of his wheelchair. What do you mean? I mean, I can't marry you. I'm sorry, Chloe said, looking away. Mama Chloe cleared her throat. We are sorry, Daniel. You'll find another woman, she added coldly. Daniel felt as if his heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. He had anticipated the truth, yet hearing it from Chloe still cut deeply. Without another word, he turned his wheelchair and rolled out of the house. As he left, Papa Chloe sighed. Chloe, are you sure about this? Chloe nodded quickly. Yes, Daddy. I can't waste my youth caring for a man in a wheelchair. It would drain me completely. Her mother smiled. You made the right choice, dear. You are still young and beautiful. Another wealthy man will come along. 1 month later, Amelia arrived at Daniel's mansion carrying a bowl of freshly prepared soup. She placed it on the table, smiling warmly. Sir Daniel, I made this for you. Daniel looked at her, his heart swelling. Amelia, sit down, he said. She obeyed, curious. Is everything all right, sir? Daniel took a deep breath and reached into his pocket. He pulled out a small, exquisite ring. Amelia, will you marry me? Her eyes widened, hands flying to her mouth in shock. Sir Daniel, are you serious? Daniel smiled warmly. You have shown me what love truly means. You cared for me, stood by me, and treated me with kindness when I had nothing to give in return. And now, I want to give you my heart. Tears welled in Amelia's eyes. She had never imagined that a man like Daniel would ask for her hand. Yes, yes, I will marry you, she cried, throwing her arms around him. Daniel exhaled in relief. For the first time in a long while, he felt pure, unshakable happiness. That evening, Amelia went home and announced the engagement to Chloe and her mother. Daniel proposed to me, she said, smiling, and I accepted. Chloe and Mama Chloe exchanged glances before bursting into mocking laughter. No problem, you have our full support, Chloe said, wiping a fake tear from her eye. Mama Chloe smirked. Yes, my dear, since you're addicted to suffering, go ahead. Push his wheelchair for life. Chloe crossed her legs, scrolling her phone. I can't wait to see you in a wedding gown, wheeling your husband around, she mocked. Amelia ignored their jeers and went to her room. Deep down, she knew she had made the right choice. Another month passed, and the grand wedding took place. Despite being in a wheelchair, Daniel looked elegant in his suit, while Amelia was breathtaking in her white gown. It was an intimate, beautiful ceremony, attended by close family and friends. Chloe and Mama Chloe didn't show. They were too busy celebrating Chloe's so-called freedom. After the wedding, Daniel and Amelia went to a luxurious private resort for their honeymoon. On the second night, Amelia was arranging their belongings when a sound behind her made her spin. Daniel was standing, out of his wheelchair. Amelia, Daniel said softly, stretching his legs and taking a step forward. Her heart pounded. Babe, how? You can walk? Daniel smiled. Yes, babe. I was never truly paralyzed. It was all a test of love. Amelia covered her mouth in shock, tears streaming down her face. You mean, you were never really disabled? Daniel shook his head. No, my love. I needed to see who truly cared for me, beyond my wealth. And you, Amelia, you are the only one who stood by my side. She ran to him, hugging him tightly as tears of joy poured down. Daniel held her close, whispering, You are the real queen, babe, and I will spend my life proving it to you. The next day, Daniel drove his sleek black SUV to Mr. Johnson's mansion, his heart full of gratitude. Stepping out, he adjusted his suit and walked confidently to the grand entrance. Mr. Johnson looked up from his newspaper, smiling proudly. Daniel, my son, you finally ended the test, his father said. Daniel smiled back. Yes, Dad. I came to thank you. His father raised an eyebrow. Thank me? Daniel sighed, sitting beside him. Dad, I was blind. I believed Chloe loved me, and I never imagined it would end like this. Now I see clearly. Amelia is gold. She has shown me what true love is. Mr. Johnson nodded knowingly. Son, that's why I made you test Chloe. Love isn't sweet words or empty promises. It's standing by someone through every hardship. Daniel took a deep breath. You were right, Dad. Amelia stayed with me in the wheelchair. She treated me with respect and care, not for my money, but because she truly loved me. Mr. Johnson smiled. That's why she is your wife. A woman who stands by you in hard times deserves to enjoy your good times. Daniel stood, shaking his father's hand. Thank you, Dad, for opening my eyes. His father patted his shoulder. I only guided you. The rest was up to you. And now, you've found real love. That evening, Daniel took Amelia to a fancy restaurant. The atmosphere was perfect. Amelia wore a stunning red gown, her beauty glowing in the warm lights. As they laughed and enjoyed their meal, someone spotted them. Ada's eyes widened. Wait, is that Daniel? She whispered, blinking rapidly. Daniel was walking, and Amelia looked radiant, transformed. Without hesitation, Ada grabbed her purse and rushed to Chloe's house. She burst into the living room, out of breath. Chloe, you won't believe who I just saw. Chloe rolled her eyes lazily. Who? She asked, still scrolling her phone. Ada snatched the phone from Chloe's hand so she could listen. It's Daniel and Amelia that I saw, she exclaimed. Chloe frowned. That's not news. Amelia wheels Daniel around all the time. Ada shook her head quickly. No, Chloe, he was walking, completely fine, comfortably, without anyone helping him. What? She gasped. Yes, he is perfectly fine, and you won't believe it. Amelia looked stunning. She sat beside Daniel like a queen. Chloe stood immediately. Are you serious? Ada nodded. 100% serious. Without another thought, Chloe grabbed her car keys and dashed out, heading straight to Daniel's mansion. When she arrived, she rang the bell impatiently. The door opened, revealing Amelia. Amelia smiled politely. Sister, you are welcome. Come in. But Chloe ignored the invitation, folding her arms. Where is Daniel? Amelia kept smiling. He has gone to work. Chloe's face twisted in anger. You are wicked, Amelia. You didn't tell me my fiancé was walking again? You kept it secret to have him all to yourself? Amelia remained calm. Sister, Daniel is my husband now. I didn't hide anything from you. You never even asked. Chloe scoffed. Shut up. You think you won, right? Let's see how long you enjoy him. As she turned to leave, she shouted, And don't ever call me sister again. At that moment, Daniel's car pulled into the driveway. As he stepped out, Chloe's heart leapt. She ran to him, hugging him tightly. Oh, baby, I missed you so much. I'm so happy you can walk. Daniel frowned, gently pushing her away. Chloe, what are you doing here? She looked up, tears in her eyes. Daniel, I'm so sorry. I was foolish. I let my mother deceive me, but I swear I truly love you. Please forgive me. Daniel shook his head. Chloe, I was never in any accident. She froze. What? Daniel continued softly. My father arranged this test to see if you truly loved me. I was sure you'd prove him wrong, but you proved him right. You love my money, not me. Chloe covered her mouth in shock. Oh my God! Daniel looked straight into her eyes. Remember when I came to your house, telling your family I wanted to continue with the wedding? You rejected me. You said you couldn't waste your life pushing a wheelchair. Chloe fell to her knees. Daniel, please. I didn't know. I was deceived. I love you, I swear. Daniel shook his head. Chloe, leave my house. I am married, not just to anyone, but to your sister, the woman who stood by me when you walked away. Tears streamed down Chloe's face. No, this is not happening. Daniel, please give me one more chance. Daniel turned away. Amelia, please close the door. Amelia stepped forward, no longer the quiet, timid half-sister. Sister, you once laughed at me, saying I would suffer my whole life. But now, I have love and happiness. Please go home. Chloe wiped her tears, glaring at Amelia. You think you've won, don't you? You took my fiancé and my happiness. Don't worry, I'll be back. Amelia sighed. Sister, you lost him yourself. Chloe ran out, tears blurring her vision, driving home to face her mother. She stormed into the house, slamming the door behind her. Her heart raced with anger and regret. Mama Chloe sat in the living room, sipping tea with a satisfied smile. Seeing Chloe's expression, she frowned. What's wrong, Chloe? You look like you've seen a ghost, she asked, setting down her cup. Chloe's hands shook with rage. Mummy, you deceived me. You made me leave Daniel. You told me not to marry him because he was paralyzed. Her mother rolled her eyes. Oh, please. You should be thanking me. Do you know how many rich men are out there? Chloe pointed a trembling finger. Daniel was the best man for me, and I lost him. He was never in an accident. It was all a test, and I failed miserably. Mama Chloe's eyes widened. What? A test? Chloe laughed bitterly. Exactly. He was never crippled. His father tested me, and I showed my true colors. Now, Amelia is his wife. Mama Chloe gasped, clutching her chest. That cannot be. No, it's impossible, Chloe cried freely. It's true, Mummy, and it's your fault. You told me to abandon him, and now look, Amelia has taken my place. Mama Chloe stood up angrily. How dare you blame me? Did I force you to leave him? Number. I only advised you, but you chose comfort over sacrifice. You didn't want anything to inconvenience you. You always care about your own comfort. You should have thought for yourself. Chloe wiped her face with her arm. Mummy, I was foolish to listen to you. I didn't think for myself. And now I've lost the only man who ever truly loved me. At that moment, Papa Chloe walked in, carrying his briefcase. He paused at the door, frowning at the heated scene. What is happening in this house? He asked, looking from his daughter to his wife. Chloe turned to him, her face red with frustration. Daddy, Mummy deceived me. She made me leave Daniel, and now I've discovered it was a test. Daniel was never in any accident. Papa Chloe sighed, shaking his head. I told you, Chloe. I warned you not to follow your mother's advice, but you refused to listen. Now you must live with your choices. Chloe collapsed onto the couch, sobbing bitterly. Daddy, I regret everything. I should have stood by him. I should have proved my love. Her father sat beside her, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. Chloe, it is too late. Daniel is no longer your man. He is married to your sister, and you must respect that Chloe looked up at him, her face full of pain. "Daddy, what do I do?" He exhaled deeply. "Move on. Forget about Daniel. He is happy now. Don't disturb him." Chloe swallowed hard and nodded, but deep inside, she knew she would never forgive herself. As she sat in regret, her mother remained quietly beside her, equally defeated. For the first time in a long while, Mama Chloe realized that her greed and selfishness had destroyed her daughter's future, but there was nothing they could do. Daniel was gone, and he wasn't coming back. A few months later, life for Daniel and Amelia was beautiful. Amelia stood in front of the mirror in their bedroom, hands resting on her slightly swollen belly. She smiled, gently rubbing her stomach. She was pregnant. Daniel walked behind her, wrapping his arms around her waist and placing his hands over hers. "My queen, our little one is growing well," he whispered. Kissing her cheek, Amelia giggled. "Yes, my love. Soon we will hear our baby's cries." Daniel turned her around, looking deep into her eyes. "Babe, you are the best thing that ever happened to me. You showed me true love, and I promise to love you and our baby forever." Amelia smiled, happy tears filling her eyes. "And I will stand by you forever, my love." Daniel kissed her forehead, holding her tightly. As they embraced, a deep sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment filled their hearts. Daniel had made the right choice. Chloe had lost everything due to greed and pride, while Amelia had gained everything through love, kindness, and patience. And so, they lived happily ever after. Did you enjoy this story? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next powerful story. Your support means the world. Thank you for watching.